see what we've got going on here. So tonight is just me. Um, I want to kind of go through some. We're going to kind of go through a recap and go forward. So, um, so just going to take a look here real quick. I'm hearing a weird feedback on my headset, so if that's bothering anybody, I don't know. It might help. So, real quick, I want to thank everybody for watching the previous episodes of the Cosmos Astrum. And I want to take this moment in time to thank all the people that's helped out. Thank you, Aaron. Appreciate it. Um, as most things, they're just in my head. Um, so I want to thank Bill Comer and Lisa Webb and Louis Valencia, Midnight Meadows, Fallon Rebecca, and Danica for joining in on the previous episodes. I'm hoping everybody enjoyed them. It seems like everybody did from the feedback that we got. So we're kind of moving forward. It looks like July will be paranormal month. Um, so I'm going to be bringing in Merle. Michael Merle is his name, but just call him Merle. Just Merle. He's on Dave Scott Spaced Out Radio regularly. He does the Goes to the Great White North program. Amazing individual, very open minded in the paranormal studies, which is few and far between. Most times, paranormal investigators are just going out to confirm whether or not ghosts and anyway. We only want to look at one biased opinion on it. So henceforth my my post today on the Medutu page. Um, and I like what Dave Scott said. It came from the soul of the beard. It did. Um, and then after that, we have Rob Demarest, who was with Ghost Hunters International, Haunted Australia. Um, Rob is a very fascinating individual because he looks outside the box. Yes, he's an actor, but it doesn't mean he's stopped paranormal investigations. He's working with teams in, I think it's North Carolina right now. Um, he comes up with some fascinating theories, and he's just actually really really good at um, not going with the flow of paranormal investigations. Well, I like the way he likes to push the boundaries. So, and then behind that, Michelle Bellinger. Yes, the Arthur TV. Um, uh, she's amazing. That show may actually surprise you a little bit. She might be able to tell some deep, dark secrets about me. Anyway, but so we have this lineup. Um, I wanted to take this opportunity, though, because of your support with the program, with Cosmos Astrum, and with everything else that we do here, is the reason we've been able to do this. We're going to be moving this location, so you won't have the ambiance of the main hall anymore. We're moving everything downstairs because uh, on Friday nights, I do a show on SLE Radio. Now, this airs in the UK, but you can listen here by going to sleradio.com, which our time locally is 3 o'clock. So do the math if you're in Ontario or wherever. And I do that show there, and I'm gradually working up to some more in depth topics. But right now, it's more off the cuff. I want people to get used to my thought processes and, that type of concept, which is a scary thing. Um, so we have more people coming onto the Cosmos Astrum. Some of them are going to be remote. Well, most of, I think, yeah, all these are remote. And that's why you're seeing some of the times change with Cosmos Astrum. We're not going to be doing it strictly on Saturdays because we have to accommodate for their schedule too. So that's why we're kind of bouncing around with the schedule. They're kind of like a fixed schedule, but life is life, and we have to figure out a way to get these amazing people on. So the Cosmos Astrum may be bouncing around on different schedules. So just forewarn you. Um, Beyond that, we're not sure yet. There may be times it's just me. It could be I could bring in the garbage man. I don't know, but we'll figure it out. We'll just keep going and pushing along with it. But it does look like July will be paranormal themed. Um, Also, wanted to bring up the workshops that I'm going to be doing here. The Magic Switchcraft Occult workshop, just to clarify a few things. Um, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to live stream it because I think it's important to have the questions that come from the tables from people participating interact with the live stream. So versus me standing there repeating everything that they're saying, and I just I want to figure out that production and to be able to get it on. So if you're watching from a remote location, no matter where you're at, you're getting the full experience of being in the classroom versus me just well like this. So, uh, but I want to break down the classes because that's a kind of a broad statement, and so whether you're watching it later or watching it now, um, the reason it's broken up in parts is the first part. Um, I guess I want to back up. There seems to be this ridiculous myth about magics and the occult and witchcraft, and I don't mind the questions, but some of the questions have been very, very left field because some people have not had the opportunity to be exposed to research and an unbiased point of view. So this is not path specific. What I teach in this workshop is for you to develop on your own. Um, I'm not going to sit here and say this is the right way, this is the wrong way. This is just information to clear up a lot of the heavy fog that's been spread all over the place. So, part one, actually have the itinerary here, the agenda. Part one, we're going to focus on symbols. Uh, these are more definitions. The circle, robes, quarters, tools, incense, candles, spells, rituals, altars, and part two will be focused around the rules, monads, axioms. These are different guidelines in different branches, but once again, it doesn't matter if you agree with them. It's just I feel like it's important that you know about them. Uh, White, black magic, intent. We won't go there. That's another discussion. Um, Scrying, invoking, evoking, grimoires, paths. We're going to kind of go over different paths, how they look at magics in general, um, the occult, what it means, the whole background. We're going to hit on stones and crystals, uh, deities, and even all the way down to what is this weird thing we keep hearing about is a ritual bath. So then, as we go on to the third one, which may end up being a fourth one, it just depends on how much we can cram into 2 hours. I don't want to use that word cram, but because I think it's important that people get the opportunity to ask questions, challenge, whatever the case may be. But I want to go over actual practical methods. And these are circle casting, um, making a spell. We'll actually sit in this room and make these items and do these different things, charging tools. because I want to empower people to learn how to make their own methods to charge tools. Hey, Jeff. Jeff, I'm going to call you out. Did you catch the radio show? Because I mean, that opener song, it was awesome. I'll wait for his response. We're going to go through lunar cycles, planetary influences. We're going to do sigil making. We're going to actually you're going to be making your own incense blends, and or uh, little sachets, type thing, Greeky bags, however you want to word it, and we're actually going to go through altar setups because let's face it, some people feel like you have to have the big elaborate altar, and then there's people that feel like two candles and a picture, you know, is good enough. It's really honestly, no matter how you look at it, it's all the same. But we need to go through the process so that people can learn to empower and without being dictated to this is how we've had enough of that our entire lives. People dictating to you, this is wrong, this is right, this is how, this is, there's too much of that going on as it is. Um, so it's more important for people to learn how to empower themselves and to define their own individual paths with baseline information. And that's why I'm doing this class. Because let's, I don't know, I'm not going to even go there. So it's another soapbox rants. I usually save the soapbox rants now for the radio station because I can do that quite a bit. Now, I'm not on camera. You don't see the face and the background cussing noises and stuff. So once we get so that last class may end up being a second part to it because if it's taking longer than usual for us to go through, let's say, charging the tools. How do you charge your tools? Because tools, if you go through even the library in here or wherever, hop online, do the TikTok thing, you're going to see a million different ways, and we're going to touch on a lot of the baseline ways that we're built off of. And but if it takes too long, we may have to bump it to a second class so we have enough time to go through actually everything. I don't want to. I don't want someone feeling like they walked out of here cheated. Um, fees? There are no fees. This is donation based. Um, it's strictly donation based. We're not doing the. It's not a rope in. I'm just gonna let you know. Not like some other places. I won't. I gotta stop doing that. Not going to bring you in and say it's donation based, but you're going to have to buy all these supplies and you're going to have to do this in order to do this. No, that's on you. You want to buy them here, you want to buy them at the local grocery store, it's up to you. Now, once again, I don't know if we're going to do it live yet. So I apologize. I don't know this yet. Um, I mean, on live feed. Wow. Um, but with that, after that series of classes, say the one word that grates my nerves. Workshops. We're going to go to paranormal and supernatural investigations, which will be done in the same mannerism. They'll be broken up into part ones, part two, part three, where we're focusing on. Well, actually, I didn't print it out. Um, the basics, basic information, and work our way up. Um, there will be printed material, so if you that you can take home, just kind of a back reference information. But same as the other, we can sit here and talk about it all day long, but until you do a practical and get your hands dirty, we're going to actually go through a mock investigation, and whether it's here in the main hall or down in the basement area in the boiler room. Oh, I really need to work on that echo. Um, but we'll be able to accommodate for that. Um, because as a paranormal investigator, you might be inside, you might be outside. We need to be able to expose you to those different scenarios so you know how to do a proper investigation and rule out different things like background noise and wind and how to handle it. And, so that's more on the practical side. But beforehand, we're going to go into more of the definitions, kind of like the same way the magical classes will be set up. And we're going to build off of that. Um, so, once again, donation based only. Uh, it's we'll have some equipment available, but won't be enough to pass around. So if you have your own equipment, I would encourage you to bring it. Um, I do have my book. Oh, this is the catch, though. I do have my book for sale. Um, but having that book, you'll also have a better understanding of the thought processes and whatnot. And also, these classes are not just for practitioners. They're also for anybody that's curious about these because there's a side of this, like on the magical classes. If you are, let's say, you have a relative that's a practitioner and you want to understand more of what they know and things like that, it would, I'm not asking everybody to agree with workshops. I am just asking to be informed and be respectful in asking questions. But at the end of the day, it's going to be just an exchange of knowledge. I'm not doing a how to, except when we get down to the practical, because the how to portion is how are you going to do this? That's what it boils down to. So I know this is going to be a short one on the Cosmos Astrum, um, but did want to recap. Thank Bill Comer and Lisa Webb, Louis Valencia, Midnight Meadows with Fallon, Rebecca, and Danica for coming out from the previous ones. And then we got some serious names coming up on the new ones. With the next one is with Michael Merle. Hello, Fallon. I was just talking about you. You must have heard me. Um, but it was all good. I promise. Sort of. Anyway, but no, we and then of course with Rob Demarest. Uh, I'm glad he's doing it remotely because if we were sitting next to each other, we'd have to put the camera all the way back there. He's a big guy. If you ever get a chance, look him up. It looks amazing. Um, and of course with Michelle, and this will be. I'm really excited. So with the paranormal going on, and then we'll be doing them magical workshops here, and let's see if we can dispel some of these myths that floats around. And as soon as I can figure out how to do the live feed, I really want to, but I want to make sure it's very interactive and that everybody's going to benefit from it versus someone sitting on the couch eating Cheetos going, eh. That's what I want more than anything is people online watching it, people in the classroom that are physically doing things. Um, everybody's benefiting. So um, that's pretty much so. All I really got that really went fast. Holy crap! That was only like 20 minutes. Huh. Has anybody got any questions concerning the classes, ugh, workshops? And once again, going to do that shameless plug. Um, let's see where we with SLE Radio. I'm really enjoying this radio show program. Um, if you don't get a chance, we missed out on the second episode archiving it, by the way, because we had a power glitch and everything stopped recording. But anyway, but we do have 1 and 3 up there, and this next one is should be even. I hope more interesting. I'm mixing music with it, so you don't have to listen to me for the whole hour. I'm not that mean. I could be worse, but but if anybody's got any questions, you can either post them in here right now or um, send me a message. Also, on the radio show, if you got requests for music, indie artist only, um, send me a link. We'll try to get it squeezed in because I try to keep it with a theme. With between like I think the first one was all electronic. The second one was all North no Norse music. And this last one, I kind of went with a rock alternative, heavier theme. And this next one is going to be more ambient, laid back music because I've got quite a bit I want to discuss. So I like putting the music in there because once you convey a topic, it gives a person to listen to music and think about the topic. We use Discord chat. So I hope that if you're going to listen, hop in there because I do respond. I keep it open on a separate screen so that I can respond to the chats going on while we're doing the radio show. So, other than that, I'm hoping everyone is keeping safe. Um, much love to you all. And the next Cosmos Astrum is with Michael Merle. This next Sunday coming up is another perceptive exchange with Jared. So you have to put up with our bantering. And then oh yeah, and then we got a was it Beaver Tales coming out to Milestone, and we're planning some other community things for the area. So uh, other than that, I have pretty much hit all my topics. Yes, in record time. So I'm going to let it go. There's been no questions, no comments, and uh, much love to you all. Keep safe. If you have any questions about any of the events coming up, don't hesitate to ask, and get with you as soon as I possibly can. Good night, Fallon. Everyone, take care.